It's a heck of a place to play now.
Well, they made some moves and put some really good players out in the field to try to chase the Dodgers. So, this could be a defining moment, just like you said tonight. With this energy, it reminds me of what we saw earlier today in Philly. So I'm looking for one hell of a game tonight.
Well, Poppy, what do they have to do? I mean, they're still playing the best team in the league by far, right? So, yeah, they're home and they got a nice win. But seriously, what do they have to do to actually get
The
away?
one thing I love about the playoffs is that the home crowd behind me. That motivates me so much to do well. Everybody start playing more compact. I think the home field advantage tonight is going to be big for them.
All right. There we'll find out if they could do it against these Dodgers, who didn't win 111 games by accident, by the way. 1-1 series. And you know what? As always, we got the suitcase here. Big Poppy's so kind. Putting his money on the line, the Fox Bet Super 6 app. It's free to play. All you got to do is scan the QR code on your screen right now, download the app, answer 6 questions, and you could win $5,000 of Big Poppy's money. So, one of the questions, who is winning this game, Dontrell?
I had to go to the bank earlier today because the Atlanta Braves messed my money up. But I'm going 5-2 with the Dodgers, baby, because I want to keep my job. That's why he laughing. He walking
Well, after seeing that Philly game today, I know the energy is going to be the same in Petco tonight. But I expect a 5-game series just like I predicted, with the Dodgers winning in 5. I'm going with the Padres tonight. Blake Snell's going to be awesome. It's going to be a tough game, 5-3 Padres.
Unbelievable.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
I got to go Dodgers so I can poke my man Machado one more time. Dodgers 4-2.
KB, I'm going to go Dodgers, Turner tonight, 6-4, Dodgers.
All right, there we go. We got one guy going for
Hey,
Padres.
listen.
Walker, we know who you're rooting for. You don't have to answer that one. There you go.
Gotta get the rookie initiation right there.
Paint the man.
Paint the man. Come on, boys.
You got more in there. You're wasting money, Poppy. Get in there.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
Hey, Walker,
I'm
it's
going to
great.
get my money.
Thanks for joining us today, man. It's great to see you. Keep getting healthy with that arm, right? Walker Buehler watching and cheering on his Dodgers tonight. Max Muncy looking to score some runs in San Diego with this Game 3 of this NLDS against Blake Snell, the fireballing left-hander. That's the matchup for you. The first pitch coming your way next.
I think I'm ready to leave the city. Find a job where I can work from home. Move somewhere where I can get a little house. Know my neighbors. Maybe get a dog. Even have a garden. That would be nice.
Quitting tobacco is hard. Telling your family you have lung cancer is harder. Quitting tobacco is the best way to prevent lung cancer.
Call 1-866-NY-QUITS for free nicotine patches and more.
MDX Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Think he's posting about all that ancient Roman coinage? No. He's seizing the moment with Merrill, moving his money into his investment account in real time. And that's how you collect coins.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. Happy Halloween, Michael. Come and get me.
Halloween ends. Rated R.
Roger, we've located it. The Call of Duty combo. Little Caesar slices and sticks in a 20-ounce Mountain Dew. Mission deliciously accomplished. Unlock dual double XP with a Call of Duty combo or Mountain Dew at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
There's one thing everyone wants. We all want the incredible new iPhone 14 Pro, now at T-Mobile. And T-Mobile gives you Apple TV Plus included. Get iPhone 14 Pro on us.
Ion. Electrified. Hungok Tire.
"16 years since the last time these home fans in San Diego saw a playoff game, and their team has come back to Petco Park tied at a game apiece in this National League Division Series. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres in a crucial Game 3 in this NLDS. Inside the broadcast booth, Adam Amin, the World Series champion, AJ Pierzynski, Tom Verducci is with us as well. Typically, in a 5-game series, if the road team can steal a game in the first 2 and go back home with a 1-1 tie, typically that road team ends up winning the series. That's exactly what the Padres did and the position they put themselves in after a 5-3 win 2 nights ago in L.A.
Well, after the win the other night, like you said, Adam, they get to come home to this. You can't see it quite yet, but when we take our cameras and we show you these people and how excited they are, that was the craziest lineup introductions I've ever seen or heard. So these people are ready. They say momentum is hard to quantify in baseball, but these fans are trying to give the Padres all the momentum.
And Manny Machado, who has taken a much different role this season for this Padre group, played like a superstar in all aspects in Game 2.
Well, he is the unquestioned leader of the San Diego Padres now. Before this, Manny had always had questions about what he was. Well, he is the leader, and he is the best player right now in the San Diego Padres. Homered off Kershaw in Game 2 to give him a lead, doubled to tie the game, and made a few unbelievably great plays at third base. This guy not only is doing it offensively, defensively, he's standing up for his guys, and he is the guy they all look to in a Padres uniform.
The Dodgers offense could have a little bit more production, according to Dave Roberts. Trey Turner believes that he can give more to this team, but he's produced in the first 2 games 2 playoff home runs in this set.
Well, it's tough to say, Trey Turner, can you give us more? But the 2 homers in the 2 games shows you what Trey Turner is capable of. Not only does he have 3 extra base hits in 2 games, including 2 home runs, when he gets on base, he can steal you a base. He causes havoc for the Padres pitchers. He's been involved kind of everything in the first 2 games, offensively, defensively. But this guy between Betts and Freeman, if he continues to get on base and swing the bats like he has, it's going to be a tough road for the Padres.
The scene has shifted 130 miles from Chavez Ravine to the San Diego Bay, and it will be Blake Snell to take the mound in Game 3 at Petco Park. The last time he faced the Dodgers, that infamous Game 6 of the 2020 World Series, his last postseason start against Los Angeles. He will take the mound against L.A. It's the Padres and the Dodgers in a crucial crux of a Game 3 in this NLDS. First pitch is next on Fox.
You've been working from home, but your roommate just took up percussion as a hobby. You need to drum up a new job quick and get out of here.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. An Indeed resume is more than a resume. It makes it easy to personalize your job search and even helps the right job find you.
I see you're willing to relocate for work. Yes.
Wanted. Full-time fans. Must be enthusiastic problem solvers. Possess strong communication skills. Be good under pressure. Willing to travel. And happy to work weekends. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit. MDX Type S. A new era of premium performance.
Phil and his cave twin over there, both very into their new tools. Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio for him. Sweet. That's just a rock.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. Happy Halloween, Michael. Come and get me.
Halloween ends. Rated R.
Roger, we've located it. The Call of Duty combo. Little Caesar slices and sticks in a 20-ounce Mountain Dew. Mission deliciously accomplished. Unlock dual double XP with the Call of Duty combo or Mountain Dew with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Wherever we come from, we all have one thing in common. We all want the incredible new iPhone 14 Pro. Now at T-Mobile. T-Mobile gives you Apple TV Plus included. So watch your favorite Apple originals on iPhone's most advanced display ever. Get iPhone 14 Pro on us with Apple TV Plus included. Now at T-Mobile.
October 16th.
Images of Padre fans of years past, going back to the old Jack Murphy Stadium, Qualcomm Stadium. And now it's time for these fans to see a home game at Petco Park in the building for the first time in over 5,000 days. 70 degrees, cool afternoon into evening here in San Diego. That's the amount of days. Think about that. 16 years, Tom Verducci, the last time these fans saw a playoff game in this park.
Well, this noise, this beautiful, crazy noise, has been 18 years in the making. This ballpark opened in 2004. In the next 2 years, the Padres hosted 3 playoff games, lost them all. In 2020, 3 postseason games, no fans in the stands. Tonight, this place is packed, and they're here to watch a Padres team with a record payroll, stars up and down the lineup. Now, they came here with one wish, and that is to see their Padres win a postseason game in person here for the first time. Adam?
They'll do it and attempt to against the Los Angeles Dodgers, their rival, and it will be Blake Snell on the bump against the Dodger offense. Here is the Dodger lineup, which has left 16 on base in the first 2 games. Mookie Betts has only been aboard a couple of times at the top. We told you about Turner. Freeman had a good game, too. Smith now the DH. Muncy moves to second. Justin Turner moves to third. There's Chris Taylor, who's been dealing with a neck issue. He is making his first start and first appearance of this series in left. Trace Thompson takes the spot of Cody Bellinger in center, and Austin Barnes will do the catching. Snell has pitched more games in the playoffs at Petco Park in an opposing uniform than he has for the Padres. Pitched during that 2020 year. He deals to Mookie Betts, and it's a fastball upstairs, and we're underway at 5:38 local time in San Diego. There's a 1-0. The 29-year-old from Seattle comes home. And Betts with a hard-hit grounder into center field for a base hit. Starts the game off with a single against Blake Snell, who has seen the Dodgers in the postseason, obviously, and tonight he'll make his 8th career start, 10th career appearance.
Blake Snell has been good and bad. The thing about Blake Snell is he has to be more efficient. He throws a ton of pitches per inning. Usually to get that deep into games, they need him to be efficient. You see the repertoire, the arsenal of Blake Snell. A lot of fastballs, high fastballs. The weapon he has to use is the slider and the curveball against the Dodgers. They barely hit 200 against those pitches from left-handed pitching.
Here is Turner. Waves through the first offering. Turner second in Major League Baseball in hits this season, right behind Freddie Freeman. 100 RBI campaign and 2 home runs in the first 2 games of this set after he had 1 home run in his first 39 playoff games. And 0-1. Tried to backdoor it, just missed. One of the top trios in all the baseball starts off the game. Betts, Turner, and Freeman. One and two.
Good pitch there by Snell. Right on the edge. Fastball away. Blows it right by Trey Turner.
In the dirt, knocked down by Nola. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trey Turner.
Austin Nola has done a tremendous job in these 2 games, and then 2 hitters here blocking balls in the dirt. There's been a ton thrown by these Padres pitchers, and nothing so far has gotten by it.
Two pitch. Fouled away by Turner. Everything has been pulled by Turner so far. He has been up there cranking a couple of shots to left field. That's where both of his home runs have gone so far in this series. And even his double that he knocked in game 1 was pulled to the left side. His outs have been made to the left side, a couple to Machado. 2-2 again. 1 away.
We already showed him throwing 1 fastball by Trey Turner. Here he gets it by him again. Turner tries to foul it off. But those 2 fastballs that we've shown on replays have been perfectly located by Blake Snell to get these swings from Trey Turner.
1 on, 1 out for Freddie Freeman. Lefty-lefty matchup against Snell here. As the check on Betts.
Be aware if you're Blake Snell and the Padres right here. First pitch to Freddie Freeman. He loves swinging at the first pitch, especially in his first at bat, and even more so against lefties, where then he's going to guess for a heater.
He's been so good at going the other way this season. The Padres play him straight up, where other teams would shift against him. That's something that both Dave Roberts and Bob Melvin are aware of and talked about. The familiarity with these 2 teams obviously plays a role in how they defend. You see Ha-Sung Kim is on the left side of the second base back. Granted, it's in double play territory, but this is pretty much how they've played Freeman, more straight up, because he's been so good going the other way.
Well, even more than that, the most interesting shot from we showed the infield defense. You see where Jurickson Profar, the left fielder, is? He's not even in our shot. They're straight up in the infield, but in the outfield, they're actually shifted towards left center, towards the left field line. Profar's, I mean, that's as close as you'll ever see a left fielder play to the line.
Betts drawing the attention of Snell. Now a first pitch is a strike. At 97 from Blake Snell.
Freddie Freeman's arguing with Mark Carlson right there. I don't know if he's saying that's a ball or I can't hit that, so don't call it a strike.
There's an 0-1. Strike 2 and 97 again. 2 excellent fastballs.
2 perfectly located fastballs. The first one, outside corner. Then the second one, right on the inside corner. So far through 3 hitters, Snell has fastball location.
In 0-2. And he spikes one. Betts takes off from first base, and Nola has to flag it down. And that's plenty of time for Betts to speed into scoring position on a wild pitch from Snell.
Just talked about how well Nola's been doing. He does everything right on this ball. It just bounces so far in front of the plate. An easy read for someone with Mookie Betts' speed. Nola takes this right off his chest. Has a little flipper there trying to keep it in front of him with his right shoulder. Bounces far enough away, and a good read by Mookie Betts.
Dodgers have struggled with men in scoring position in this series so far. A 1-2 pitch to Freeman. And way outside that time, 2-2. Freeman's numbers with runners in scoring position. His OPS was 4th in the majors in these spots, and he had a lot of opportunities with Betts and Turner hitting in front of him this season. Betts a leadoff single. Moved to second on the wild pitch. Turner struck out in between. A 2-2. Called strike 3. Another perfectly placed fastball for out number 2.
You don't see Freddie Freeman get frustrated very often. But again, that is just perfectly placed. And he's saying to Mark Carlson, you gave him away, you gave him in. Which one are you going to pick, Mark? You can't have both ways. You don't see him get frustrated, but he is right now.
All 3 strikes were called against Freeman, as AJ pointed out, in both sides of the plate. So here's Will Smith, who has homered against Snell in his career, but has also struck out 11 times in 20 at-bats. Fastball location, a huge key for Snell. It's been pretty good so far.
Fastball location and getting ahead of hitters.
Yep. A 1. 0-2. And a chance to strike out the side in the first for Snell. One and 2. I imagine the adrenaline is very high right now with an atmosphere like this. We've seen that in playoff games before. One, 2. Did he go? He did. Inning over. Yeah. We talked about Blake Snell in that famous Game 6 in the 2020 World Series. That was a bullpen game for the Dodgers, which was started by Tony Gonsolin. He'll take on this Padre lineup, which put up 5 runs in Game 2. Jurickson Profar, with a righty on the mound, is back into the leadoff spot. He's played a strong offensive run in the playoffs. Soto needs to get going. Machado is big in Game 2. Bell is back in as DH. Cronenworth, Myers, Kim, Grisham, and Nola, the same bottom of the order. They'll go up against the 28-year-old from California who went 16-1 this season, but only made 1 appearance from the end of August on due to an arm injury. It's Tony Gonsolin.
And that's really the question for Gonsolin tonight. How long can he go? Dave Roberts said 75 pitches, but he kind of one time through. If he gets one time through the order, Dave Roberts will be ecstatic. He can go to Heaney, he can go to May. He can go to many of his other weapons in the bullpen down there. But the thing for him, you see that splitter. That is his out pitch. It is the best split-fingered pitch in the Major League Baseball. Opponents hit 110 off, 113 off that. So when he's in trouble, that is the pitch.
Jurickson Profar goes after the first offering and fouls it off to the left. Two for 7 in the set. And a home run off Max Scherzer in Game 1 against the Mets in the wild card. A close pitch. Gonsolin does not get the call for Mark Carlson there.
See Austin Barnes behind home plate asking Mark Carlson, man, I just saw you call that on Freddie Freeman.
That's right.
I need my guys to get that pitch.
There's a 1-1 to the switch hitting Profar. 1-2. There's the game within the game. Watch Barnes.
Doesn't turn around. Doesn't move his head backwards. Just kind of looks like he's looking in the dugout. He says his point. Then Mark Carlson, a professional, gets down, gets in his ear. They have a conversation. Nobody knows anything.
There's a 1-2. Barnes making his first start behind the plate in this series after Will Smith caught the first 2 games. Strong defender behind home plate, Austin Barnes. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Profar. Off the fists and popped up left side. Trey Turner in the shift. It's the shortstop for out number 1. Turner has the only error of this series for the Dodgers so far. Chris Taylor makes his first start of the series in left. Trace Thompson takes Bellinger's spot in center. The 5-time Gold Glover Benson right. The Turner's on the left side. Muncy moves to second after he played third base the first 2 games. Freeman the Gold Glover, and then, as you mentioned, Austin Barnes by the plate. Chris Taylor, dealing with a neck issue, is out of the lineup for some time. Got some at-bats in the lead-up between the Wild Card Series and Division Series when the Dodgers had time off. Here's Juan Soto. He'll take ball 1.
Adam, you mentioned it earlier. They need Juan Soto to get going. He's 1 for 8, single. See the postseason, no extra base hits so far. This is the guy they traded for. They made the gigantic trade to get Juan Soto. He needs to produce, especially in this series.
2-0 count.
He's feeling it. We mentioned in Game 2 we haven't really seen him do his little shuffle.
Yep.
His first 2 takes, he's got extra shuffle in his shuffle.
A shufflier shuffle than normal is what you're saying, yes. Waits for a 2-0. Hard hit down the right field line towards the corner. That's going to get all the way to the wall, and Juan Soto has his first extra base hit of the postseason.
Soto's feeling it. This is the Soto shuffle. Look like Adam Amin out on a dance floor. And then this is exactly what the Padres ordered. A double, a ringing double, 2-0 count. Fastball gets Gonsolin in a fastball count. And finally, the Juan Soto they've been waiting for appears in the DS.
So he's in scoring position for Manny Machado. Padres 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position in the series. Machado had the first hit with a man in scoring position in Game 2 with an RBI double. Also had a home run to start off the scoring in Game 2. A shot to left field at Dodger Stadium. He and Profar have now driven in 5 apiece in the postseason. Alvarez has been outstanding for Houston. Castellanos was a big reason why Philadelphia upset Atlanta today. There's a strike to Machado to even the count.
I believe that the Padres need to score first in this game. It is much more important for them to score first, get this crowd even more riled up, if that's possible.
In their 3 postseason wins, they've scored first. In their 2 postseason losses, they did not score first.
But just to put a little bit more doubt in the Dodgers. The Dodgers have owned the Padres for 10 years. So they win Game 2 in Dodger Stadium. They have this crazy crowd. Score first, keep them going, put just a little bit more pressure on the heavily favored Dodgers.
Two venerable managers, Roberts and Melvin. Fouled away, and it's 2-2. Had to catch up to the fastball. He can finally tell the world, yes, I have to pay rent to that guy.
Wonder if he can see the game from there. I can see his flag where he is from our booth up here in the press box, but I wonder if he can tell what's happening on the game.
It's not the closest building to the ballpark, I can tell you that. That's about a couple blocks away. Runner at second and 1 out in the first and a 2-2. Count runs full on Machado.
I can't imagine Gonsolin throws Machado a fastball right here. He's got to go. He's got to throw him a split here. You cannot let Manny Machado beat you. I know it's only the first inning, but you've just got to take your chances with Josh Bell on deck.
Half his strikeouts came on the splitter this season for Gonsolin. 3-2. In the dirt. Went to it, but Machado laid off. And it's first and second with 1 out for the Padres here in the first inning.
Well, so far he has not been able to locate that splitter. He has kind of been, he's been bouncing it, he's been missing with it, he hasn't gotten any swings at it. So he's only had 1 start, like you said, Adam, since well over a month.
Yep.
So you can do all the simulated games, you can do all the inter squads, you can do all that. But this is the postseason. When you step out there, adrenaline's going, it's a different feel. And he's limited on pitch count and how many times he goes out there, so he needs to find it quickly before there's action in the Dodger bullpen.
Mark Pryor already going over the plan, the pitching coach. So here is Bell, switch hitter, batting lefty. Shift is on the right side. Gonsolin stays away.
And another split, and another ball.
Last 10 pitches, 7 have been out of the zone. The dirt, 2-0. And a visit from Barnes to check on Gonsolin. Back in and ready for a 2-0. Good visit by Barnes. Gonsolin comes back with a strike.
I don't know if I've ever seen a major league hitter or any hitter off the plate as much as Josh Bell is. He is so far off the plate. I mean, he's almost on the outer line. And most guys, you can see the hole where most guys stand. He's a good foot away from the plate.
Out in front that time, and it's 2-2 as Gonsolin works back in the count.
Now, Now, why would you want to do that if you're a hitter, if you're Josh Bell? So you want to get extension. And this is the pitch Gonsolin needs. Split change. I don't know exactly. It's got the split grip, but it moves like a changeup. The reason Josh Bell is so far away, he wants to get his arms extended.
His cues one foul to stay alive at 2-2. Bell extended all right in his first Major League postseason game. Game 1 of the wild card series. Hit the first of 4 home runs off Max Scherzer to get the Padres going on the road. They won 2 of 3 to advance to the National League Division Series. Split in Los Angeles, and here we are for Game 3. 2 on, 1 out in the first. Bell golfs it in the air to left. Justin Turner backpedals. He's got Taylor behind him, but he'll make the catch for out number 2. Soto and Machado retreat to the bags, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth. Hit his second career playoff home run in Game 2. Made it 5-3 in the 8th inning. Key insurance run that Cronenworth added.
There are people everywhere.
Yeah.
Look, there's all these buildings around, and there's people just lined up on top of all these buildings, just trying to get a glimpse of this.
It was the 7th ever Padre playoff game at Petco Park. The first 6 were all against the St. Louis Cardinals, 3 of them without fans. Fastball is high. Cronenworth with 3 hits in this series already after he went 0 for 13 against the Mets. One and one the count on Cronenworth from Gonsolin.
So Gonsolin basically is a 2-pitch pitcher, especially the left-handed hitter. So what do you say? Okay, what's your approach? You pick one or the other. You say, I'm going to get a fastball. I'm going to try and hit the fastball. If I get a split, I'm going to try to lay off of it. Easier said than done.
Right.
Or you say, okay, I know he's going to throw me a split. We've seen it. He's thrown splits to lefties, righties. You're going to get a split somewhere in the at-bat. So you say, okay, I'm going to sit on a split, and I'm going to make sure it's up, and then that's the one you go get.
1-1. Off the fist and fouled away. Went to the fastball there.
But see, he was late, right? The pitch before was a splitter.
Yep.
He hit it off the end of the bat. Then he rushes him with the heater, jams him. So now he's kind of in between. He's late on the fastball, early on the split.
That's the type of sequencing that pitchers are often looking for. Speed you up, slow you down in a position where you're not ready to do those things. Two on, 2 out. And a splitter in the dirt. Oh, well, that's just efficient right there. I said you got to get that work in. Got to get that work in, man. I respect it. That's like Verducci, man. He might be running laps around the ballpark just to stay loose and warm. Deuce is wild in the first, and Cronenworth flares it towards foul territory and down. He'll stay alive at the plate. Tony Gonsolin, an all-star this season. Started the season with 11 wins and no losses and a 2 ERA. He was selected to the All-Star game in Los Angeles. Did give up 3 runs on 4 hits, including a couple of home runs in that game. Took the loss, but who cares? He got the All-Star nod. However, at the end of August, he went on the injured list with a forearm strain. He spent the next month recovering. Didn't come back until his start on October the 3rd, the second of the last day of the season against the Rockies. But overall, the best season of his young career. Trying to get out of a first inning jam with a 2-2 to Cronenworth. And the count runs full again.
So again, if I'm Cronenworth, I'm looking for a split right here.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get fooled on it. I feel like Cronenworth can foul off a fastball if he looks split, but he's not going to be able to hit the split if he's looking for a fastball.
Well said. Here's the payoff. Runners go. And a flare into center field will get down for a base hit. Soto will score. And Jake Cronenworth gives the Padres the 1-0 lead in Game 3.
This is the split. He gets it up. First career hit for Cronenworth off Gonsolin. He was 0 for 10. Now he's 1 for 11. But you see how excited he is. He did it exactly right. He sat on a split. It was up, lined it to center field, put the Padres on the board. Got a visit from Mark Pryor and got this crowd even more amped up.
Soto scores. Machado ends up at third. A great start to Cronenworth in this NLDS. He's got the Padres on top. He's one of the men at the corners with 2 outs for Will Myers. After a visit from Mark Pryor. Myers stands in against Gonsolin with a home run to his name in this series back in Game 1. 0-1 the count. So 28 pitches in this first inning for Tony Gonsolin, and we're already seeing Andrew Heaney loosen up. You could go to him, you could go to Dustin May. Dave Roberts has options in what he decided to go as a bullpen game in Game 3 after the off day yesterday. Good stop, went around, runner takes off from first. Cronenworth will take second base, but it was a swing from Myers to run the count to 0-2.
Tough pitch here, Myers. I don't know that he went. Mark Carlson called it early, and the reason Cronenworth's able to walk to second is because the runner on third, the catcher always is going to look at the runner on third. He's never going to throw the ball to second, so it's an easy base for him. It's a tough call on Will Myers.
Another stop in the dirt. This is so key for Barnes here with that splitter. Obviously, we've talked about his defensive prowess, so Gonsolin has to trust his catcher, and he does. With that pitch in the dirt, he stopped it. And remember, Machado has taken a decent secondary lead off of third base when the pitch is thrown. Wave throw and missed, and Gonsolin limits the damage in the first inning. But Jake Cronenworth continues his excellent start to the division series. San Diego has the early lead for Snell.
Quitting tobacco is hard. Telling your family you have lung cancer is harder. Quitting tobacco is the best way to prevent lung cancer.
Call 1-866-NY-QUITS for free nicotine patches and more.
Did you get it all in this summer? Oh, it was a tough one. Really ate into your backyard time. But all good. Fall is the new prime backyard season. Nicer days, golden evenings. Hey, just grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder now and make your time on the lawn last longer than ever. Well, if I looked stunned, it's only 'cause I haven't seen you in a while. Scott's, best fall of all. It's in the bag.
You said close your eyes, don't look down. Fall into me, and I'll catch you, darling. We'll dance in the street like nobody's watching. It's just you and me, and the song.
Celebrate every kiss. Get financing that fits your budget with low monthly payments.
Some people like to talk into microphones. We prefer dropping them. MDX Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Think he's posting about all that ancient Roman coinage? No. He's seizing the moment with Merrill, moving his money into his investment account in real time. And that's how you collect coins.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
5 Hour Energy, because it's time for some exercise with your best friend, of course, and he can go a long time. So you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5 Hour Energy for every adventure together.
Well, Andrew Heaney is going to be on standby here for the Dodgers after Gonsolin had a 31-pitch first inning. Right now you have a chance to win $5,000 of Big Papi's money playing Fox Bet Super 6. You can get the free Super 6 app on your phone now and enter your 6 picks in the NLDS contest. If all 6 are right, you could win big. Max Muncy climbs in against Snell to lead off the Dodgers' second. And that fastball, which was very well located in the first inning, starts off Muncy off with a strike. 12-6 when teams score first so far in the playoffs. One of the losses came today. The Yankees got out in front of Cleveland early before the Guardians won. Ended up needing 10 innings to do so, but they have evened up that ALDS series. The Astros have been able to come from behind. They've got a 2-0 series lead. Philadelphia and Atlanta game 3 was today. The Phillies took game 3 to take a 2-1 series lead with game 4 tomorrow on FS1. High and away to Muncy. It's 2-1.
What an atmosphere in Philadelphia today.
Incredible.
Rhys Hoskins had one of the all-time great bat spikes.
Yeah. Our buddy Joe Davis texted me. He said, this is one of the greatest atmospheres I've ever been a part of. He was on the call with John Smoltz today, and that place was loud. It's going to be like that in Seattle tomorrow, too. They've been waiting a long time, just like here in San Diego, for fans to see a playoff game. Muncy right through that 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Jordan Alvarez, huge. Great to see his family being able to watch him play. Hoskins, the bat spike on that huge homer. And Oscar Gonzalez, his second hit of the postseason. Snell to Muncy, 2-2. And Max Muncy's struggles against Blake Snell continue. He's now 1 for 18 with 7 strikeouts. And it's 4 straight sent down on strikes by Snell.
This is what Blake Snell can do to a lineup. Right-handed, left-handed. He has strikeout, elite stuff. There's a reason he won a Cy Young Award. But he's just throwing fastballs right by a lot of these Dodgers hitters.
Seven swings and misses on his 23 pitches already. Here's Justin Turner. We'll take ball 1.
Interesting, we talked to Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager. I asked him, what's your approach against Snell? Because he's had some success against him. He said, well, one day he'll come out and he'll just throw breaking ball after breaking ball, and you have to look for that. And the next time, like today, he just comes out and fires heaters, and it's 97, 98. So early so far, it's been the fastball for Blake Snell.
Dave Roberts, who was born in Japan but settled in San Diego and in fact lives about 20 miles away from Petco Park. Drove himself on the off day and went back to his normal residence. He knows how starved this fan base has been for playoff action. The 2-0. In the air to right. Soto waits on it. 2 away here in the second. 5 straight retired after the Mookie Betts single began the game. Gonsolin staying warm in the dugout. That'll bring up Chris Taylor, who will make his first appearance of the postseason. He's hit Snell okay with a couple of home runs. Does have 10 strikeouts, though, against Snell, and that seems to be a common theme. You might be able to take him out, but he does have good swing and miss stuff. Taylor waves through. 97 yet again from Blake Snell. Taylor has been battling neck stiffness. He was out for the final week of the regular season. He needed a cortisone injection. He's been taking at-bats over the course of these last couple of weeks to try to get ready. Dave Roberts trusts him, and he's on the postseason roster. Taylor playing his 63rd playoff game. He's been productive. Down to Tom Verducci.
Yeah, what you're seeing here is Blake Snell, as AJ said, really emphasizing the fastball against what is the best hitting fastball team in the National League. His velocity is up about a tick, averaging about 97, usually around 96. And he came out throwing 19 of his first 28 pitches fastballs, going right after him. This is what Bob Melvin wants to see from Snell.
That time he mixed it up to get strike two, and he's got a chance to finish off this inning 1-2-3. Two-two pitch. Taylor fights it off. There was another fastball. That was his hardest one thus far at 98.
Not a lot of time to get ready. 98 from the left side from Blake Snell. Just yanks it down, dead four-seamer.
2-2 again. Got him. 6 in a row sent down by Snell. 5 via the strikeout.
Roger, we've located it. The Call of Duty combo. Little Caesar slices and sticks and a 20-ounce Mountain Dew. Mission deliciously accomplished. Unlock dual double XP with the Call of Duty combo or Mountain Dew at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Another busy day? Of course it is. You're a CIO in 2022. But you're covered with security that protects your company everywhere, on-premise, in the cloud, and right here too. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
The MDX Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Phil and his cave twin over there, both very into their new tools. Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio for him. Sweet. That's just a rock.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
It's Halloween. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Boogeyman is coming. He's gonna get you. You're gonna get you. You're gonna get you. You're gonna get you. You're gonna
Please help me! It's time to put the boogeyman to bed.
Halloween ends. Rated R. 5-Hour Energy, because it's time for some exercise with your best friend, of course, and he can go a long time. So you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy for every adventure together.
Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, talking with the manager Dave Roberts as Andrew Heaney is backing up Tony Gonsolin in the Dodger bullpen. A 31-pitch, high-stress first inning for Gonsolin. He'll deal with Kim. And miss a little bit high to start off the Padres' second. And there for a strike. Good pitch from Gonsolin to clip the corner. You can hear the Ha Song Kim chants here at Petco Park. Some of his teammates have gone to the point of learning some Korean phrases to be able to shout in encouragement at Kim. None other than Manny Machado was on camera during Game 3 of that wild card series screaming, "I love you" in Korean to encourage his shortstop, his fellow left side defender. 2-2. Kim playing a huge role with Fernando Tatis Jr. on the injured list to begin the season after that wrist injury and then the PED suspension midway through the season. Kim has been the just about everyday shortstop. 3-2.
So Gonsolin, keep talking about he's only had one appearance in over a month. Just doesn't look right. He doesn't look comfortable. A lot of balls, a lot of deep counts, and almost all the splits he's thrown have not been close.
Kim bounces one up the left side, foul. A quick word from Evan Williams Bourbon.
Postseason calls for award-winning bourbon. Evan Williams, 1783 small batch.
Cronenworth's RBI has San Diego on top 1-0. Padres have made Gonsolin work a handful of at-bats of at least 5 pitches, including this one, which Kim pops up. Up there it is, finally grabbed by Muncy.
Can be a little nervous.
Yeah. He's able to secure it for out number 1 here in the second. That'll bring up Trent Grisham. Excellent postseason for Grisham so far. A guy who hit 184 and struck out 150 times during the regular season, has one of the best OPSs of any 8-hitter in Major League history. Granted, he has only played 5 postseason games thus far, but he has been very productive. Had a 6 playoff game streak ended with an RBI going back to Game 2. And he takes a strike. Good pitch by Gonsolin.
He has been very good, and he's good against Tony Gonsolin. 4 for 10, a homer. Bob Melvin trusts Grisham, even though his numbers weren't great during the regular season.
Pulls one on the ground, off the bag. It's a fair ball. Grabbed by Muncy. Whoa, that would have been a spectacular play. But Grisham, with a fortuitous bounce, is able to pick up first base. Depending on the carom, it might have benefited one or the other. It ends up being a single, and Muncy did a good job of flagging it down.
Well, if the ball doesn't hit the bag, it's a double. Once he tried to get there, there was almost a collision between Freeman and Gonsolin and Grisham, but that ball's down the line, doesn't hit the bag. Once he gets it, and right as Grisham goes over, you kind of see a little bit of almost a little collision. And Freeman's playing in. Why? Because of the bunt. There's a possibility of Grisham bunting. So Freddie was trying to take that away from him.
And Grisham bunted on a fielder's choice in Game 2. That was that spectacular Brusdar Graterol one-handed throw to home to cut down Will Myers in Game 2.
It's got to be about it for Gonsolin. We've got Profar on deck. Heaney's got to be warm. They want Profar to hit from the right side. Then you have Juan Soto.
If you're going to use him, it feels like this is the time. You get Gonsolin one time through the order, which was a possibility, already over 40 pitches. Well, there's a choice between a bullpen game started by Gonsolin or Tyler Anderson, who also had a fantastic season for the Dodgers. Dave Roberts and company opt for Anderson to pitch Game 4 and decide after the off day, where everybody's guaranteed to come in somewhat fresh, they're going bullpen game essentially here in Game 3. Hard hit to left field. Taylor back on it, still going back, and it's off the wall. Grisham will speed into third base. That ball was so hard hit, it ends up being just a single for Nola. But it's first and third with only one out in the second, and here comes Dave Roberts to take Gonsolin out. Andrew Heaney's going to have to step in, and he's going to come into a tough spot. First and third, Padres already up, one out in the second of Game 3.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Let's go! Lisa. Keep it hot.
It's good. Pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go. Pizza.
Pizza. No, pull. High five.
Pizza.
Come on.
Pizza.
We're ready.
Are you ready for some old world fanceroni pepperoni? Get one delivered from Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Ion. Electrified. Hungok Tire.
Some people like to talk into microphones. We prefer dropping them. The MDX Type S. A new era of premium performance.
It's a huge Big Ten showdown as Blake Corum and Michigan face off with Penn State. Big noon Saturday on Fox.
Call to the bullpen sponsored by Intuit QuickBooks and Andrew Heaney, who last pitched on the final day of the regular season about 10 days ago. Will step in. He's been stretched out. A starter who's made the transition into the bullpen late in the year. And a very good strikeout to walk ratio. He's going to have to give some length to Dave Roberts in this game, which was his expectation.
Well, Andrew Heaney's just fastball, slider, a handful of changeups, not a ton. Slider is the pitch he goes to get to all those strikeouts. You mentioned the strikeout to walk. Tony Gonsolin done, makes it one time through. That's not what they wanted. They would have loved to have had 3 innings, but 1 1/3. And the last pitch about sums it up. This ball is absolutely nuked. 104 off the bat. And that's about 2 foot higher. It's 3-0. But Grisham, great read. He goes to first to third. As soon as he sees Taylor's back, he goes. The problem is the ball was hit so hard that Nola couldn't get to second.
And Taylor played it off the wall well. Back to the top in Profar. Shows a bunt. That one came inside. It may have hit the bat, and it's a live ball. He's tagged out. Heads up from Barnes. Right on top of it. That's a tough situation for Profar to be put into as he tried to lay down the bunt on a pitch that seemed like it was coming inside on him. It made contact with the bat, and it was in fair territory. Heads up from Barnes for the out. Let's see if there's any challenge or review here.
I don't know what you can challenge here. The ball's fair. It does hit the bat, but it also catches, it looks like it's maybe his thumb. Twice now they've tried the old safety squeeze, first and third, and neither time has it worked. That into the chest.
Wow. I think that, well, you saw Profar kind of rubbing his chest a little bit, so I think that just got the worst of him in multiple spots. His hands are probably ringing after that pitch inside. Got a piece of his body as well, and the frustration is the final injury of all of it. A huge play by Barnes to get the out. Heads up, and now there are 2 away. And inside to Soto. Now it does go down officially as a sacrifice because it did move the runner from first and Nola over. So it does not hurt the average for Profar. But it's 2 in scoring position for Soto.
See what?
Off the fist, popped up. The Turners are there. Trey's got it. And Andrew Heaney cleans up the Gonsolin mess. On a weird sequence at the end of this inning, the Dodgers get out unscathed. Profar did not.
Welcome back to Petco Park. Bob Melvin, Blake Snell is establishing the fastball and throwing strikes. What do you like so far?
Yeah, good rhythm, command of his heater, good slider, swings and misses, all good at this point.
Thanks so much, Bob.
Yeah, how about it? 6 consecutive retired, beg your pardon, 5 of them on strikeouts. He'll face the 8-hitter Trace Thompson in his 3rd career playoff game. He'll lead off the Dodger 3rd with the Padres on top. And a strike to start Thompson.
See, I wanted Tom to ask Bob Melvin something else, because that was the easy answer, Tom. He gave Bob Melvin the layup of layup. Man, Blake Snell's been dealing, yeah. That's awesome. Wanted him to ask why he's given 2 safety squeezes, and neither one of them has worked, man. We should let him swing.
Back to Tom.
Well, I do have your answer on that bunt by Profar. Bob Melvin told me he was bunting on his own for a base hit.
That's happened a couple of times for the Padres in this series. They bunted on their own. Melvin has called for it as well, but they've gone up there trying to bunt for base hits too in the playoffs. You saw Juan Soto do it in the Mets series as well. There's a 2-1 to Thompson. 3-1, high leverage count in his favor. Snell, a bit of a rocky start in the wild card series in game 2. He walked 6, limited the damage to just 2 runs, but did not get out of the 4th inning. He's trying to go deep in a playoff game. That's been a little bit of a rarity for him. It is a walk to Thompson, his first walk of the game, and just the second base runner. But prior to that, he was dealing. Here are those 5 strikeouts.
When Snell is on, he can do this to you. Fastball to Freddie Freeman. Little slider there to Will Smith to K the side in the first. Fastball by Max Muncy. And then a slider here to Chris Taylor to get his 5th strikeout. It's only 8 batters so far.
And the 9-hitter Austin Barnes flips it foul. He's thrown 38 pitches so far in this game. 26 of them are the fastball. That is atypical of what happens in postseason play. Spin is usually what becomes more of a factor. Hard hit through the right side, and Barnes, it is first action as a starter and his second at bat of this series. Punches it through the right side, and he turns the lineup over with 2 men aboard for Mookie Betts.
So I love what Austin Barnes did right here. First of all, he was aggressive on the first pitch. I think the Dodgers might need to change their mentality, go after the first pitch. Then he gets a fastball up out over the plate, and with the open right side, he just hits a ground ball. Just great hitting there by Austin Barnes.
So now some traffic against Snell and the top of the Dodger order. Here is Betts, who singled and was left stranded in scoring position in the first. In there for a strike. We've already talked about it. The biggest thing for the Dodgers in the first couple of games, opportunities missed. They went 3 for 16 with runners in scoring position in Los Angeles. Down and inside to even the count. That's what a strong season. 35 homers, a career high. And a visit from Austin Nola to Blake Snell. What a day for the Nola family. Aaron Nola got the start for the Phillies today, so he has started the game that beat the Cardinals to get them to the division series. And today he started a game to put them on top 2-1 in the series, and now Austin trying to do the same against the Dodgers.
Braves are on the brink of not having a repeat champion again.
Yep. Hasn't been done for quite some time now. The Yankees the last to do it.
I think that meeting right there by Austin Nolan was just a little bit of a breather for Blake Snell. Listen, he's in it now. He's got Betts, Turner, Freeman. He's got first and second. You can't allow Thompson and Barnes to get on base, especially with nobody out, through the top of this Dodger order.
There's a 1-1 to Betts. That's in the dirt.
And you mentioned the spin from Blake Snell. And in the postseason, well, they've spun Mookie Betts crazy. Spin, spin, slider, slider, slider.
The breaking ball usage goes up by something like 5% over the last 5 years come postseason play. Typically, you're facing very good fastball hitting teams when you get to this point of the season. And obviously, as Tom mentioned, the Dodgers, the best fastball hitting team in baseball this year. 2 on, nobody out in the third, and a 2-1 to Betts from Snell. 3-1.
The other thing I don't like right now with Blake Snell, he was rolling. He was getting the ball thrown and getting the ball thrown. As soon as Thompson got on base, he has slowed his pace down considerably. He's much better when he's getting it and throwing it, not thinking, not worried about it. He just gets it, throws it.
Hard hit towards third. It's caught by Machado. Fling to second, and back in time is Thompson. They retire Betts for a key first out in the third.
You'd think they'd listen to me at some point. Do not hit the ball to Manny Machado because you're going to be out. This is a laser. But it's right to him. Look, one step to the right. Ho-hum, no big deal. And he almost got Thompson. It's such a hard read for the runner at second. He gets back. Stop hitting the ball to Manny Machado.
Feels like just about everything hit his way in these first 3 games he has been there for. And he was hoping for a double play to help out Snell. 2-time Gold Glover at third base for the Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell, who now faces Trey Turner with 2 on and 1 out. Way out in front, Turner that time, chested down by Nola, strike 1. Last 9 innings, no runs. All 8 Dodger runs have been scored within the first 3 innings of the first 2 games of this series. Same deal with all 4 of their homers. And 0-1. Same pitch, same result, nothing in 2.
2 really good curveballs from Blake Snell to jump on Turner 0-2. Now here's the thing. They're both balls. This ball goes straight down. Again, Nola, great job blocking it. Trey Turner's so out in front wide because Blake Snell has already established the fastball. So now he's thinking fastball, fastball. But he started Mookie Betts off with a breaking ball second time through, and now Turner second time through 2 curveballs.
There's the adjustment from Snell. 0-2 to Turner. And spikes that one. Again, another good stop by Nola, and that keeps Thompson at second base.
Such a good play by Austin Nola.
2 really good blockers behind the plate that we have in this game in Barnes and Nola.
This ball bounces. This is the one Profar swung at the other day from Clayton Kershaw. Nice job. Up the bicep. He's going to have a nice little bruise on his bicep. Doesn't care.
There's a 1-2 to Trey Turner. Another spike, another stop by Nola. 2-2. Well, he is getting a workout back there right now.
So that's 4 curveballs in the dirt in a row. Turner chased the first 2. Now, do you thinking, do I try to run a fastball up like he did his first at bat? Do I just stick with the curveball and eventually Trey Turner will swing at one?
He's already swung and missed 5 times. He lays off that one to run the count full.
So that was the slider. That wasn't the curveball like the first 4 were. A lot of times you like to see it go the other way. You go slider to a curveball. Looks like the same pitch and it's slower and breaks more.
So far, Turner has seen 11 pitches from Snell. Has swung and missed on 5. The 50th pitch of this game 3 for Blake Snell is a 3-2 to Turner. It'll wait. Trying to keep Thompson as close as possible. He's got Cronenworth playing not too far off the bat. There's a payoff. Called strike 3.
Five breaking balls in a row. And then he just yanks his 4-seamer pretty much down the middle. I think Turner thought it was low. And after seeing all those breaking balls, that ball comes out of his hand. He's thinking it's going to be down. It stays true. That's a strike. A little hot by Snellzilla. That's just more frustration by Trey Turner. He was hoping that'd be called a ball, but unfortunately it was not.
Well, you talked about keeping guys in between. It looked like Turner was kind of in between on that. You could tell he was looking for something different on a breaking ball. Instead, he got 97 for the 6th Snell K. Here's Freeman with 2 down and 2 on. Ball 1. Freeman looked at 3 called strikes in the first inning. Went down on a fastball looking. Staying away from Freeman, beg your pardon. 2-0 the count.
Those are just yanked fastballs. Overthrowing, 2 outs. Freddie Freeman's up. You know you have to make a good pitch. Snell just yanked those first 2. A little bit overthrowing, a little bit out of sync.
(2-0). Freeman's first swing of the night results in a foul ball. Freddie Freeman, first season with the Los Angeles Dodgers after signing the 6-year contract. A very productive run with Atlanta, obviously culminating in a World Series title. California native back in his home state. Very strong season overall. It really picked up from July onwards. The 2-1. 3-1. Now Freeman in a good spot. Snell already 22 pitches deep in this 3rd inning. Got the one Dodger fan in a sea of brown and gold. Tried to clip the corner. He wanted it, but Freddie Freeman walks. Second walk of the inning. 3 on board with 2 down. Let's check in with Tom Verducci.
Yeah, in the past years, you've seen a lot of Dodger fans filling up Petco Park during this rivalry, but not here. The Padres, selling tickets online, made sure they asked customers to input their zip code. Why? They didn't want anybody from the Los Angeles County area buying tickets. Of course, can't prevent them from picking them up on the secondary market, but they wanted to fill this place with true Padres fans.
Oftentimes, it's like, you ask a bunch of Padre people, you ask Dodger people, and I'm sure the numbers differ depending on who you ask, but it's oftentimes like a 70-30 split in favor of Dodger fans at this ballpark. They call it Dodger Stadium South sometimes. It feels very Padre heavy, as you might imagine, for a playoff game tonight, although there's plenty of blue here.
Well, they've treated them so well over the years, the Dodger fans, because they've won so many times here in San Diego over the last decade plus. So, yes, Dodger Stadium South makes a lot of sense, and I love that the Padres did that. Tom's right. They can't stop everybody from getting in here, but try to do it any way possible.
Thompson walked, Barnes singled, then 2 outs recorded by Snell and Machado before Freeman walks to load it up for Will Smith. This is a big bopper in this lineup. And it takes a big grand slam cut at 98 from Snell. 0-1.
After a meeting on the mound as a hitter, yes, he just walked Freeman. You're thinking, first pitch, he's going to throw me a heater with the bases loaded. Will Smith tried to get there, but he was late.
He takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Already the biggest pitch of the game, and it's only the 3rd inning. Foul back. Wow. At 97, challenging the big bopper in Smith, whose lone grand slam in his career came against the Padres in 2019.
It's another good 4-seamer here by Snell. Elevated. If he throws that ball 3 inches higher at strike 3. It was just low enough that Smith could get his bat on. Trevor Hoffman, he can't watch.
Oh my gosh. He's been in those spots before too. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 3rd. 0-2 on Smith. Out of the crouch, Nola to snatch that one. 1-2. Will Smith proved that last year was no fluke. He had a fantastic season, 24 more home runs after an excellent 2021 season. He's got Thompson, Barnes, and Freeman aboard. Off the fist, popped up. Myers coming in, and the threat is neutralized by Snell.
It takes a fight to be a full-time fan. There'll be early check-ins, then late shifts, good days, and bad ones. But you'll never quit, because you're in this together. It won't always be easy, but when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Some people like to talk into microphones. We prefer dropping them. The NLDS Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Phil and his cave twin over there, both very into their new tools. Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio for him. Sweet. That's just a rock.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
It's Halloween. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Boogeyman is coming. He's gonna get you. You're gonna get you. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
Please help me! It's time to put the boogeyman to bed.
Halloween ends. Rated R.
5-Hour Energy, because it's time for some exercise with your best friend, of course, and he can go a long time. So you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy for every adventure together.
Blake Snell twisting his way out of trouble. He has struck out 6. He left him loaded in the third in front of this raucous Petco Park crowd. And Snell getting the ball here in Game 3. A 1-0 Padres lead to the home half of the third now. And Machado will lead things off against Andrew Heaney, who came on and got the final 2 outs of the second when Tony Gonsolin got into some trouble. So Heaney starts with his first clean inning of the night. We'll try to give them some length. The former first-round pick, Andrew Heaney, deals outside to Machado. There's a strike. Heaney was part of a loaded 2012 draft class. Was the number 9 pick overall by the Miami Marlins. A bunch of all-stars drafted in front of him. Got traded at one point to the Dodgers along with Austin Barnes. That was in that D. Gordon deal. 5 hours after he got traded to the Dodgers, he got flipped to the Angels for Howie Kendrick. Fouled back.
So is he considered a Dodger twice then, even though it was like 5 hours?
He didn't appear in a game for them, so I guess technically not, although he had a sense of humor about it. He tweeted out, "Well, Dodgers, it's been a great run. Thanks for everything." And then went off to the Angels, where he spent most of his career, split time with Los Angeles and the Yankees last year, and has been with the Dodgers this season in multiple roles, most recently now being moved into the bullpen late in the season for this type of game. to help piggyback a starter in a bullpen game. 3-2 on Machado. Josh Bell on deck. Cronenworth to follow. Off the end of the bat. Fouled away.
So we all knew Gonsolin wasn't going to go deep into this game. He went 1 1/3 one time through the lineup. But then they bring Heaney in, and because of Gonsolin starting, this is where the opener works for the Dodgers. If it would have been Heaney that started for Dave Roberts' club, then you would have had Kim hitting leadoff like they have. You wouldn't have Bell. You'd have Drury.
Close pitch, and Machado walked for the second time tonight. 2 good plate appearances for Machado to work 13 pitches between Gonsolin and Heaney.
But because they start the righty, they bring in the lefty. It's not the ideal left-handed lineup that Bob Melvin and the Padres would normally have, but they got what they got now because you can't switch it in the middle.
Now, typically, Bob Melvin would put Ha-Seong Kim at the top, as you mentioned, put Profar a little bit lower. And Bob Melvin is trying to be conscientious of how he splits some of his left-handed hitters, because the Dodgers have some really good lefties, including Alex Vesia in that bullpen on the back end. You got Heaney out there right now. So he was trying to make it a little bit more difficult so there's not these clear-cut pockets of left-handed hitters in his lineup. Bell takes one inside and low.
Well, that's what he said about game 1. He made it too easy when they could deploy Vesia. There was a perfect pocket. Now with some of the righties and some of the other things mixed up, it makes it a little more difficult of a decision for Dave Roberts when to use Vesia.
So Bell turning around. It's about right-handed, and it's 1-1. Profar and Bell are their 2 switch hitters. Machado is 9 for 10 stealing bases this season. Barnes is a rock-solid defender behind the plate, as we mentioned. He's been better this year than Will Smith at cutting down the running game. He's about 5% better than Major League average this year. 2-1 on Bell. Josh Bell was talking to a man very close to him when he was preparing for his first playoff run. It was his dad, Ernest, who happened to be his first hitting coach when Josh was a kid. The 2-1. Foul back, and it's 2-2. Growing up in Texas, like many major league players, sitting in the backyard with mom or dad, tossing soft toss, long toss. Every at-bat that you've had in the major leagues, the minor leagues, amateur ball, all those practices, Ernest said to Josh, that's why you did it, for moments like this in the playoffs.
It's great to remember that. Sometimes you need your parents to give you a little "don't forget where you came from" speech.
One on, nobody out in the third, and they are keeping a close eye on the man on in Machado. Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball is grounded to short. Turner's got it. No play at second, or does he? Oh, wow, it looked like he wasn't going to have a play because of where he was moving. That's a great play by Turner to get the lead runner in Machado. Kind of footwork and messed him up. He was a little bit in between and still got the lead runner. That's a big play for out number 1.
In game 2, Turner made an error and let Grisham kind of steal one, but right here, it's a really nice play. Gets around it. He was going to first, and then he realized at the last minute to get Manny Machado at second base. Usually you don't recommend throwing a ball like that across your body, but he makes a nice play to Muncy.
Turner looked like he was staring at first, and then at the last moment tossed it over to Muncy to get that force out on Machado and keep a man out of scoring position for Cronenworth, who takes ball one.
Well, no secondary there for Machado. No secondary lead at all. So that left him shorter to second base. That would have been a much tougher play if Turner has to go all the way across to first. Plus Machado would have been in second.
Upstairs, 2-0 on Cronenworth.
So he's looking at first, then he's like, oh, wait. I can get him. I'll take that runner at second.
Yep.
Nice play by Trey Turner. He's sitting in the open. He's been in the middle of everything.
He has. His error allowed a man to reach further in game two. That was the run that would go ahead for San Diego. Off the fist, flared into shallow left. Turner out, and he cannot make the play. Bell had to hold up between first and second. He'll get into second safely. In the middle of it, yet again. It will be E6 on Trey Turner, who had a career-high 16 errors during the regular season, 2 in this series now.
That's a tough error. First thing, he goes a long way. He was swung over almost behind second, but if I'm the Dodgers, I want Chris Taylor catching that ball.
Right.
I know Trey Turner right there waves him off, says he's got it, but that's a much, much easier play for Chris Taylor to catch that ball than it is for Trey Turner. He calls it early, though.
So now 2 on, 1 out for Myers. Big cut on a 94-mile-an-hour heater.
Did we mention Trey Turner's been in the middle of everything so far?
Jeez. Myers struck out against Gonsolin back in the first. Gonsolin went an inning and a third, 1 time through the order. Heaney came in with 2 runners on in the second base, got 2 outs to end that thread. Walked Machado. Bell hit into the fielder's choice, and now the error by Turner allows Cronenworth to reach. A 1-1 to Myers. Fouled away.
Now how big was that play by Turner to get Machado at second? That's a run for the Padres.
Or at the very least, bases loaded, right? And it might be bases loaded, nobody out if he didn't make that play at second. But the error is put 2 on now. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Big pitch by Heaney to get Myers. They're 2 away in the inning. And we talked about Trey Turner in the midst of all of it over the last couple of games. This was game 2.
This is the error. Just kind of pulls his head up. Doesn't secure the ball. Then this is the one where he forgets Grisham's faster than he thinks, beats it. And then tonight is this play, which is a really nice play. So far has saved him probably a run. And then this is a tough error. I mean, he is all the way almost to second base. He goes a long ways, but just misses the pop-up.
Here's Kim. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 1 on Ha-Sung Kim, who popped out to second in the second. Bell at second. Cronenworth at first. And it's quickly 0-2. And a chance for Andrew Heaney to get out of this inning with no damage done. A couple of errors. Betts was caught on the base paths in game 2. And the big number right now looming over the Dodgers. It's 14 left on base. Padres have left 4 in the first 2 innings of this game on base. They've got 2 geese on the pond here. And Kim sends it down the right field line towards the corner and foul.
I like what you did there with the geese.
I got you, buddy.
That was nice. It's good wordplay.
Ha-Seong Kim will get another opportunity at 0-2 against Heaney.
Padres desperately need to add on. It's only a 1-run game. Dodgers offense is pretty prolific. Snell's wiggled out of some jams, but gosh, you would feel so much better if you're a Padre player or a fan. Look up and you see a 2 or a 3 instead of that 1.
Here's an 0-2 again. Upstairs. It's been the story on both sides thus far. A lot of guys left on base. 28 combined in the first 2 games. It's up to 36 combined, counting the first couple of innings of this one. 1-2. 2-2. And the count runs full. The runners will be in motion on this payoff pitch.
And that's important. Josh Bell's not the fleetest of foot at second base, so he gets a head start. Cronenworth at first gets a head start. There's a ground ball in the infield. Now you have to go across the diamond to first.
Swung out and missed. Strike 3. Andrew Heaney with back-to-back strikeouts after the Turner error to get the Dodgers out of the jam. It's 1-0 to the middle innings.
Quitting tobacco is hard. Telling your family you have lung cancer is harder. Quitting tobacco is the best way to prevent lung cancer.
Call 1-866-NY-QUITS for free nicotine patches and more.
Sometimes we go too far. I have, and that's why Taco Bell has hired me to make an apology for them. Go ahead, say sorry. Huh? Taco Bell went a bit crazy with its breakfast. It was too much. What you need in the morning is tasty, simple food. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, sausage, hash browns, maybe wrap it in a warm tortilla.
That's a breakfast crunch wrap.
Well, they should open a restaurant that only serves those breakfast crunch things.
You riffing, or is this part of the commercial?
I don't know. I didn't read the script.
Wanted. Full-time fans. Must be enthusiastic problem solvers. Possess strong communication skills. Be good under pressure. Willing to travel. And happy to work weekends. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Some people like to talk into microphones. We prefer dropping them. The NLDS Type S, a new era of premium performance.
Phil and his cave twin over there, both very into their new tools. Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio for him. Sweet. That's just a rock.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
5-Hour Energy, because it's time for some exercise with your best friend, of course, and he can go a long time. So you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy for every adventure together.
Get your game on at MLBshop.com. Authentic on-field caps, tees, hoodies, and more. You can get all your postseason gear and wear with the champs wear at the official source, MLBshop.com. Max Muncy climbs in to start the Dodgers' fourth against Blake Snell. Long inning for the Padres offensively, but no runs. Muncy skies one into right field. Juan Soto drifting back for out number one. One pitch, one gone in the fourth.
Well, Blake Snell needs a quick inning. 60 pitches through 3 innings. That's kind of his MO, though. He's always been a high pitch guy. 18.3 pitches per inning. Second worst in the National League this year. Third, I believe, in Major League Baseball. So he needs quick innings, but he runs up. He gets a lot of strikeouts, and he doesn't give up a ton of runs, but it's just a lot of 3-2 counts, a lot of stress pitches. You look up, he's 3 1/3 in, 61 pitches. You'll be lucky to get through 5.
There's Justin Turner, who flew out to Soto in the second. Strike one to him. That's the big question. Can he go deep? He has recorded outs in the 6th inning in just 2 of his 10 playoff appearances. This season, in his 24 starts, he went 6 innings or more in 11 of those 24 starts. 1-1. This gives you a sense of, and by the way, this is the case with a lot of pitchers in baseball right now, but you get into the 4th, 5th, 6th innings, 2nd, 3rd time through the order, 3rd time in particular. The numbers start to inflate against Snell, who's ahead of Turner.
Well, heck, nobody gets to see the 3rd or 4th time anymore. It's very rare. So all those numbers, of course, they're going to go up. Guys get tired. You get multiple looks at pitchers.
Right.
A pitcher becomes very elite, more elite, the more times they can go through an order, because it saves guys in the bullpen.
1-2 to Turner. Foul back. He just got a piece of 97 to stay alive.
You can get a starting pitcher, let's say a Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, a guy that's a true ace. They can give you a complete game. They can give you 7 innings, 8 innings, and say, oh, what's the big deal? Well, that saves guys in your bullpen for the next starter. Then you have a guy like Blake Snell who doesn't go deep into games. Then they're going to need Musgrove, who's starting game 4, to go deep.
2-2. There is the probable game 4 starter, Joe Musgrove, El Cajon's own San Diego kid, who had a historically good start in the clincher against the Mets. He'll be prepared for tomorrow night against Tyler Anderson, who had a fabulous season for the Dodgers. That's a really fun pitching matchup on paper tomorrow. 2-2. 3-2 on Turner, another full count.
0-2 to 3-2. 1-2 to 3-2, sorry. But just, again, this is what Snell does. He makes really good pitches. He gives up a foul ball. Next thing you know, it's 3-2, and it's a high stretch pitch. I mean, 1-0 game. Justin Turner can make this 1-1, one swing of the bat.
13 career playoff home runs in a Dodger uniform. Looking for one there, but this is into shallow left for Profar. 2 down.
Back-to-back hitters now. The Dodgers have just missed home runs. Muncy, the first pitch of this inning, and then this pitch by Snell. Turner would love to have back. Another 4-seamer. Elevated. Just gets under it just high enough.
So 2 away for Chris Taylor. He's been a hero in the postseason multiple times over for the Dodgers. Struck out in his first at bat of the playoffs. Hard hit towards third. There's Machado again. All series long, all season long, his entire career. He continues to shine and sparkle on defense. A sliding stop, part of a 1-2-3-4 for Blake Snell and the Padres, who are coming up leading in Game 3. Get coverage beyond the expected with T-Mobile this postseason. Stream your team home or away and in the air with free Wi-Fi. Into the bottom of the fourth in Game 3. 8-9-1 for the Padres duo. Trent Grisham banged a single off the first base bag in the second. Was one of two runners left stranded by Andrew Heaney in that frame. Goes after the first pitch. Sends it to right. It's 2-0. There's a strike to Nola. 1-1 the count on the Padre 9-hitter. This place erupted when Grisham connected. And how about Grisham from sub-200 hitter to sudden postseason hero in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs for San Diego?
Well, he was ready for that first pitch heater, and he put it on the board.
Nola fouls it away, 2-2. Back to the home run.
Left
the third for Grisham in the postseason.
Left on left, you're leading off the inning. You're ready for a heater. He did not miss it. It's right off the bat. No bat flip. Talking to his boys in the dugout. Nice swing.
3-2 on Nola.
You mentioned it. The place erupted.
Like a wave of sound. He's the home run leader in the playoffs, just as everyone predicted. Nola off the end of the bat has a base hit. His second of the night.
Just picture perfect. Beautiful sound, beautiful swing. Sends him into a frenzy. Not only the crowd, but the Padres dugout. And then the very next batter, Austin Nola, gets a fastball up, out over, and he just pokes it out to right center. Really nice hitting also by Austin Nola.
The bottom of the order has been really sharp for most of the playoffs for the Padres. It's been the top of the order that needed to get it going. Profar will take a ball.
At least he didn't try to bunt that one. That was the one he bunted off his chest last time, so it was about the same pitch.
I think we saw it too. He got a couple more looks. It really did look like his bat was so close to his body, and obviously it almost got closer when he was trying to protect himself on that pitch up and in from Heaney. When the ball made contact with the bat, it kind of pushed the bat into his chest. 2-0. Run across in the fourth to make it 2-0 San Diego. The 2-0 pitch is a strike. Jurickson Profar, major prospect coming up. He was so young when he got a chance to make it to the big leagues. Scouts have kind of looked at him and said, well, maybe he's got a shot. He's starting to come into his own. Done with a lot of injuries early in his career, and now all those scouts that thought he could be an impactful player, he has been just that.
He was the #1 prospect in all of baseball, and I was there when he came up with the Rangers.
Right.
He can do it all. The question has always been, what position is he going to play? Came up as an infielder. Now he's settled in and plays a nice left field.
Popped up and out of play, foul. 2-2. Tom, give me a little bit more on Trent Grisham, who just banged out that solo shot.
Yeah, Adam, he holds the bat unlike anybody I've seen. Watch his thumb straight up the bat. It does not wrap around the bat. It's almost like a golf grip. I was talking to hitting coach Mike Berdar. He said he has never seen a major league hitter with that grip. But Trent, he said, has been using it since he is 16 years old. He said, hey, it works for him. But Berdar also added, kids, don't try this at home.
Well, sorry, Tom, I'm going to rain on your story here, but hard-hitting Carlos Quentin, ex-Padre, he used to swing like that also.
2-2 pitch.
So maybe it's a Padre thing.
Back of first for Freeman for the first out of the inning, as Profar is retired. It's working for Grisham in this postseason so far. Does it do it? What do you think it does for you if you messed around with it?
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it, right?
I tried it because Carlos Quentin, when he was at the White Sox, he would have won MVP in 2008 before he got hurt. But I tried it because I asked Carlos. I said, "Why do you do it?" He goes, "It just feels better." And he would have his top hand like that with his thumb. And I tried it like in batting practice, and it hurt.
Yeah, I feel like it would really impact your thumb. You'd feel it a lot.
Plus, I was left-handed, so my left thumb would be on the bat. And catching, my thumb was already banged up. Right. I didn't need any more thumb problems than I had from all the balls I clanked back there.
Now Heaney trying to settle things down. He gets Profar on the pop out. 1-on-1 out in the fourth, facing Juan Soto, who doubled and scored in the first. Popped out to short to end the threat in the second.
Just shows you, though, you can do it a ton of different ways, right? That's
Absolutely.
Great noticing by Tom and finding out the story behind it.
Check swing. No swing, says Scott Berry at third. Juan Soto, of course, former Washington National, teammates with Trey Turner. Came to Dodger Stadium last season during the postseason to cheer on, at the time, Max Scherzer, the Dodger, and his buddy Trey Turner. Sends it to left field. Taylor ranging back at the track, at the wall. He's got it. Back to first base goes Nola, as deep as you could get to left field, and Soto just missed a homer. Instead, it's a long, loud second out of the fourth.
I think Soto thought he got this ball. He hits it. He said it as far as he could hit it without it going out of the park. I always watch the hitter. It'll kind of tell you. Soto's reaction, I think he thought he got this. He got a little bit off the end, but he thought he got it enough. And the way Taylor went after it, thought it might have a chance, but he catches it right in front of those fans. That's a good swing, though. It's an out. I get it. But if you remember Juan Soto for all those years, his home runs were to left center.
Yep.
That's a great swing off a left-handed pitcher. That ball's off the plate away.
There's Machado outside for ball one.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. He stays stacked, lets the ball get deep because it's away from him. Swings through it. No one thought it was a home run except for maybe the Marine layer here in San Diego.
Big cut from Machado, 1-1. We get to this time of night. We were talking with Don Orsillo, the fabulous play-by-play announcer for the Padres, and just kind of getting the rundown of this ballpark. It's always traditionally been known as a pitcher-friendly ballpark. It's played more neutral over the course of this year in terms of home runs, but you get around to this time of night, the old Marine layer, all kind of kill fly balls. It's why the runs in this ballpark are the lowest of any ballpark in Major League Baseball this year. It's middle of the pack in terms of home run rate. Which is kind of the rundown of this now 18-year-old ballpark. A 1-1 to Machado, who has walked twice tonight. 2-1. Lowest runs per game. This is the park factor. San Diego, lowest output offensively. Tampa Bay's Tropicana Field, Seattle's T-Mobile Park, which will host a playoff game for the first time in 2 decades tomorrow, is number 3.
Will Manny Machado get frustrated and leave the strike zone? He's already walked twice tonight. Dodgers are clearly saying, listen, Manny, you're not going to beat us. Josh Bell's going to have to beat us. Will Manny get frustrated and start going out of his strike zone? I don't know that if he didn't swing, they would throw enough strikes to him to get him out before they threw 4 balls.
(3-1). Takes all the way for a strike.
3-1 off speed. I'm not going to give Manny Machado anything. He's going to have to hit a mistake or maybe go outside the strike zone because the Dodgers are pitching him very carefully.
Well, between Gonsolin and now Heaney, this will be the 19th pitch in 3 plate appearances that Machado will see. It comes with a payoff with 2 outs. And for the 3rd time tonight, Machado has walked. It extends the inning to Josh Bell.
Machado's going to first, looking at Josh Bell saying, come on, do something, buddy. You throw me a strike, you get a hit, they'll start throwing me strikes.
Looking for some protection behind Machado in the lineup.
That's smart, though. If you're a Dodger, he's the one guy really in this lineup that has done damage on you. So why? Josh Bell is 0 for 4 in this series. Hasn't done anything until he proves he can do something. Just let him go to first.
You always hear about it in the playoffs, right? There's a couple guys you cannot let beat your team. Machado obviously one of them. Bell fouls one at the plate, 0-1.
Usually every team has that one guy.
Sure.
If you're looking at the teams left, you look at New York, it's Judge, and they pitched him. He's off to not a great start. 0 for 8 with 7 punch outs, right? You look at Houston, it better be Yordan Alvarez if you're the Mariners. Every time you throw him a strike, he hits it for a home run.
There's an 0-1. Big cut, 0-2. Well, Alex Bregman has been hitting behind Yordan Alvarez, and that's been nice protection for Yordan in that series as well. Lineup depth so key for the teams that are remaining in the postseason.
And Jeremy Pena, who's hitting in front of Alvarez, has been getting on base.
Right.
Because they don't want to pitch to Alvarez, so they go after him.
Yency Almonte loosening up. Close pitch near the hands, though, and it's 1-2. '55th pitch coming from Heaney, who entered the game in the 2nd with 2 on and 1 out. Bell late on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Heaney to end the inning. But Trent Grisham, the unorthodox grip he's been using since he was a scrawny teenager back in high school, it has paid dividends. It's 2-0 San Diego.
Welcome back to Petco Park, where Dodgers manager Dave Roberts kind enough to join us. Your hitters have stressed Blake Snell but not dented him. What about the approach so far and what has to change?
Yeah, I think the approach has been good. With Blake, obviously it's big stuff, and you're going to be able to run the pitch count up, stress them, and the key is you got to get base runners on and you got to cash in. So we've had a couple opportunities, and I like where his pitch count is at. So to turn this lineup over, Trey's had a good at bat earlier. Hopefully Trey's can have another good one and get the top of the guys order with some men on base. But this is kind of how we expected this game to go.
Dave, thanks so much. Always appreciated.
All right, Tom.
A walk his first time up for Trayce Thompson against Snell back in the third. Takes a strike to start here. He led off the inning with a walk in the third. Barnes singled. And then 3 of the next 4 men retired by Snell. Freeman reached base, but the Dodgers left them loaded in that third inning. Their biggest threat thus far against Snell. Padres have left 8 on base in the first 4 innings of this game. But they have the 2-0 lead. So 1-1. 2-1.
See, these are the guys, if you're Blake Snell, you've got to get out. You've got to get Trayce Thompson out. You've got to get Austin Barnes out because you don't want to face Mookie Betts. You already had it happen once, and he hit a missile to Manny Machado that he caught. Then he got Trey Turner and walked Freddie Freeman to get Will Smith. But you don't want to face that top of the order with guys on base. Really got to bear down here as Blake Snell. Get Thompson out, get Barnes out, and then face Betts, Turner, and Freeman with nobody on.
Betts has only picked up 2 hits in this series so far, but you don't want to be the pitcher that allows him to break out all of a sudden and get hot. That's how good Betts has been. A 2-2 pitch to Thompson. Breaking ball is popped up. Soto coming on, long run. That's going to drop down for a base hit. He's going to throw behind Thompson, and he is back in safely. Made contact with Thompson, maybe on the backside as Soto was charging. Thompson took a big turnaround first and scrambled back safely. He's got a leadoff single in the 5th.
Juan Soto plays a deep right field, very deep right field. Long way to go to try to get this ball. I think he has Thompson if he can just get a little bit more on the throw. Thompson takes a huge turn and the ball hits Thompson.
Got him on the leg.
I like that slide though. See how he didn't go all the way down? He was blocking Will Myers from the ball.
And he reaches to start the 5th inning, and now Austin Barnes will take ball 1 for Trayce Thompson. It's his first career playoff hit. It was 0 for 6 prior to that one. There's a strike.
I expect there to start being a little bit of stirring down there in the Padres bullpen. 76 pitches. I know it's only the 5th inning. He hasn't given up any runs yet, but he's labored a little bit here and there. The top of the order is coming through for the 3rd time.
The bullpen has been sparkling so far in this series. 2-1. Blake Snell, a couple of relief appearances and a start in 2019 against the Astros in the playoffs. Had a great start to the 2020 postseason against Toronto. Pitched against the Yankees and the Astros and then the Dodgers in that run to the World Series for Tampa. The Dodgers won it. There's a strike, and it's 2-2 on Barnes. Home with a 2-2. Fouled away. Good piece of hitting by Barnes the first time up. He singled to right field. Went the other way against Snell. Pitch number 80 for Blake Snell is low, and the count runs full.
Can't keep tempting fate if you're Blake Snell. You just can't.
Yep.
Yes, the Thompson hit was a blue pit, but you got to get Austin Barnes out. You do not. Again, I can't overstate how important this out is right here.
The Dodgers licking their chops with the possibility of Betts coming to the plate with 2 on again. Here's a payoff pitch to Barnes. Hard hit and through. Towards the gap in left center field. Thompson with speed is going to go first to third, and some trouble from Profar in the outfield. On to second base goes Barnes, and it's 2 in scoring position for the Dodgers here in the 5th with nobody out.
Great at bat here by Austin Barnes. Gets the 3-2, gets the ball up. Pretty much right down the middle, chest high. Short to the ball, lines it in the left center field gap. Profar tries to cut it off. I'm not sure why he slid. He stumbled. Barnes was probably going to go to second anyways. Thompson was definitely going to go to third. I'm not exactly sure why Profar slid right there.
Barnes was thinking 2 right away. It'll be a double. No error or anything on the play. But if Profar misplays that further, maybe the Dodgers are on the board. They'll try to do it here with Mookie Betts facing Blake Snell. Into right field. Soto angling back, stops, and has it on the track. But that's deep enough to score Thompson. On to third goes Barnes, and Mookie Betts, with his first RBI of the postseason, gets the Dodgers on the board and cuts the lead in half. Still the tying run at third base with 1 out in the 5th, with Turner coming up. And again, this is fairly common if you do get the 3rd time through the order, but you can see the drastic jump for batting average the 3rd time through, and that's where we're at right now for the Dodgers.
That ball was hit really well by Mookie Betts. Curved ball out over the plate. Soto go all the way back to the warning track. Not only did it score Thompson, it also got Barnes at third. Now the Padres have to bring the infield in, try to cut off the tying run.
And Turner takes a strike. Turner's been kind of in between so far. He has struck out twice on fastballs, once swinging and once looking. He's now 3 for 17 with 8 strikeouts against Blake Snell in his career. A foul one away, and it's 0-2. So 84 pitches now for Snell, and Steven Wilson just began to loosen up in the Padre bullpen. With the tying run at third and 1 out in the 5th in Game 3. Bouncer, and it's blocked by Nola.
Just another great stop by Austin Nola.
He's probably going to have to squirt away fairly far for Barnes to make a play towards home, but Nola's got to be rock solid behind the plate.
This is where Snell has struggled a little bit tonight. He's got ahead a lot of the Dodgers hitters. There's been a lot of foul balls, a lot of 3-2 counts. That's why the pitch count's already at 85. We're only 4 1/3 in. Can he make a pitch here to keep Trey Turner from driving in the tying run?
We're just sitting at third on a 1-2 coming. Off the fist, popped up. Machado in. Nola with the mask off. Who's going to make the play? It's Machado. Somebody's got to cover home plate. And sure enough, they get the out. Nola and Machado with a little bit of a collision there. And now there are 2 down for Freeman, with the tying run still waiting at third.
Well, that's Machado's ball the whole way. He catches it. You're the catcher. Most catchers don't want any part of these. Machado Manny's calling it the whole way. As a catcher, you're taught to go get the ball until you hear somebody. Well, maybe it was too loud. He couldn't hear him. You can see Manny calling it the whole way, and then he just reaches over Nola.
Ruben Niebla goes out to chat with the infield as Freeman will come to the plate with the tying run at third. 86 pitches for Blake Snell. He only got to 73 in Game 6 of the 2020 World Series with the Dodgers leading the set 3-2. Snell was outstanding in that game, but after giving up that hit, Kevin Cash, the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, came out and pulled Blake Snell. It's an infamous game now. The Dodgers scored 2 runs in that inning. They go on to win 3-1 and win the World Series for the first time since 1988. And that game has become kind of a calling card for all of the discussion around how deep should starters go. When should you go to the analytics and say take him out on the third time through? When do you use your gut and stick with the guy that got you here? And right now, with 2 outs, it's Blake Snell's game with the tying run at third against Freeman.
Adam, I was at that game as a fan watching it. When they took him out of the game, nobody in the crowd could believe it. When Kevin Cash came out, we were all thinking, is he hurt? Like, why is he coming out? And the Dodgers were happy because it was anybody not named Blake Snell, because he was electric that night.
Pitch to Freeman. Bouncing ball to Machado at third, and Blake Snell gets out of the inning with the tying run stranded in scoring position. The Dodgers are 0 for their last 17 with runners in scoring position. They get a run, but it's still 2-1 San Diego.
If you don't repaint every now and then, it's like the old you is still hanging around.
I'm listening to music. You are a Libra and he is a Pisces. That is like a cosmic dungeon. You know, can you cosmically know? That's why I only date musicians. What are you guys eating? It's lasagna. I love lasagna. That's you guys.
So today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand, and make your home yours. Behr, exclusively at the Home Depot.
There's one thing everyone wants. We all want the incredible new iPhone 14 Pro now at T-Mobile. And T-Mobile gives you Apple TV Plus included. Get iPhone 14 Pro on us.
I was rear-ended. At first, I went to another lawyer, but this guy expected me to do all the work. He had me digging up insurance policies and getting doctor's reports. So I went to Sobo & Sobo. They took over, did everything, and best of all, they won big. From the start, I had a number in my head. They tripled it. Triple is a lot. Tell us your story.
Kia EV6 having a faster 0 to 60 than the 2021 Porsche Cayenne Coupe might sound like a myth. Then again, myths are meant to be busted. Kia, movement that inspires.
One of my very first one-on-ones, my manager said, so where do you see yourself in a year? And I'm like, I just got here. What are you talking about? There's tons of different directions that I could take here at Fidelity, which is exciting. So I have no doubt that whatever I decide to pursue, it'll be a great opportunity.
Phil and his cave twin over there, both very into their new tools. Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio for him. Sweet. That's just a rock.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
We've reached the halfway point of Game 3. Padres scored 1 in the first on a Cronenworth RBI against Tony Gonsolin to get things going. And he'll start off this frame taking a strike from Andrew Heaney. Padres tacked on a run with a Grisham missile for a home run in the fourth. Dodgers added on. They got the first 2 men on at the bottom of the order, and Mookie Betts' sac fly has cut the lead to 1. The ball and a strike on Cronenworth. Gonsolin went just 1 1/3 today. Heaney came in with 2 on and 1 out in the second, got out of that inning with no damage done. And now approaching 60 pitches in this long relief outing in Game 3. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
He's done a nice job. He made one mistake to Grisham. Remember, he came in first and third, one out, got Profar, then got Soto. Since then, really, one mistake. It was the home run to Grisham. Other than that, he has been good.
Breaking ball tails away, 2-2. He has gotten out of innings with 2 men left on base in each frame. He has dealt with traffic, but has stranded 6 of the 8 left on base by San Diego. Way inside, and it runs the count full on Cronenworth. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Heaney, his 4th. And there's one away in the 5th. Tom Verducci, we got a 2-1 ball game right now, and Dave Roberts is making his way out.
Yeah, we were talking about Game 6 of 2020. One big similarity, Mookie Betts was the leadoff hitter 3rd time around in each case. Kevin Cash took out Blake Snell, and Mookie Betts turned around and smiled at Dave Roberts, happy for the change. This time, Blake Snell gets the top of the lineup. Betts, Turner, Freeman gets them out. 1-run scoring on a sac fly. One big difference, though, guys. This was the 5th inning in 2020. It was the 6th.
Now Heaney is done, Tom. The Dodgers will go deeper into their bullpen.
The next Powerball drawing is presented by Jackpocket. Jackpocket lets you play official state lottery games right on your phone. Just pick your numbers and place your ticket order. See a scan of your ticket right in the app. And get your winnings instantly. Go to jackpocket.com to get the app and get your first ticket free. Jackpocket. Play the lottery. Skip the line.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. Let's fly away.
Discover sound that can truly move you in the 2022 Grand Wagoneer. Awarded Best Driver Appeal by J.D.